Last time on Forsaken Throne, we went to the dragon to fight him, and that was basically the entire session. That huge fight against the dragon. He was storming Alentor, and we set a trap down in the basement of Alentor, so he crashed into the city. Most of his army get caught up on the defenses of the citadel, and he himself sort of burrowing underground to get to us. And while down there, he brought his phoenix. So we fought the huge mega red dragon and his phoenix down in the catacombs. And it was a very difficult fight. Raphael survived thanks to Cade and Kylene being on his side, having the first him rolling a natural 20 to parry a natural 20 crit from the dragon, and then having the dragon fumbling with his like super powerful vital strike attack with true strike on it. So that was amazing. But yeah, it was a hard fight, but we finally killed them and basically proclaimed the glorious return of William and the as the rightful heir to the Empire, and all glory to his name. And now we, with the deal struck with Selmer the Witch, we are now heading towards the brother, the elfin brother, who we are going to apprehend to use as a bargaining ship to get Lucilla out of the capital. There might be more things that happened before that, because I wasn't there for like the first 1.5, 2 hours of the session.
Yes, well,
before that, we were attacked by a rift beast, a monster from the rift that was caused when we basically blew up the Drow capital, a black hole in the middle of Selmont. Terrible, but a beast from this place had come all this way, sensing the energy of William in the arms, and perhaps that of someone who had used an arm perhaps a little bit too much, and got a little bit too far, now attracting these creatures to his location, basically a beacon of power to where we are, forcing us to act quickly if we do not want to be found, especially. But the beast attacked William, and he was able to keep it off until we arrived to defeat it. Without too much problems. Of course, it is almost expected that this is not the last we'll see of them. We chose, however, to move on to fight the dragon as a more immediate threat. It is perhaps a warning of what's to come in the next couple of months, as the rift, well, all no Dragon Age Inquisition. That's basically it.
That's basically it. Do we have a rift walker to close it for us?
What was that?
No. We don't. At least we don't know which one that would be. Unless it's someone in the crater, then it would be a very dead drow.
Maybe we can toss William in there. That'd probably close it, right?
Probably not best. Of course, you also, of course, made a pact with the witch to not draw first blood on either one until, I believe it was the dragon,
the
Lucilla,
mother,
and the
Lucilla.
mother are all dealt with.
Yes, she will not attack the Empire and such until then.
Once all three are done, though, the cards are back on the table. But kill them. I'll move these tokens off because they're not currently attacking you. They can be for later. But yes,
So
Team PC immediately, after finding out the location, from what I can tell, you went full speed.
we went ahead immediately. Yeah.
I'm not sure what means you're using for getting down here from your location. It was going to be
Teleportation, probably.
well, you can be teleported to a reasonably location nearby.
Uh-huh.
You don't have anyone with you who's been there before, but
That's enough. If we can get close, we can walk or fly the last distance.
So he has that spell to make us into clouds, right?
I sure do.
Wind walk.
Darn tootin' I do.
that will certainly help because you're going to be a decent distance away. You know, no one's actually been out to this tiny little peninsula.
I have hero's feet now, so we're gonna be okay.
Hooray!
I know.
Well, we're going 60 miles an hour as clouds, and
Yeah,
against
that'll
the
help.
wind. So
That'll certainly help you.
so that he's gonna have a bad day. We're gonna rain on his parade.
Okay, so you'll be teleported in probably about here. Then you have to make the rest of the way yourself, but that's not too bad. As being clouds, you're going quite quick.
I like clouds.
Yeah, they're very handy.
Out of curiosity, how many of you are wearing white?
No.
I'm not.
Raphael has a white scarf.
Should I say Zoe's the only one primarily wearing white?
Probably.
Okay. I'm curious, did you want the NPCs to follow you? Well, some of the NPCs, because you have staying behind, if I remember. You have Artemis.
William.
And you have Artemis and 1 second.
Some of the blades could follow us. Yeah.
They could. If
I think this is the kind of job that they're good at.
Sure.
Whoa. Yeah.
They can come along.
Maybe I could get. I mean,
Well, I think the Wolfenbacks will stay here. They're not really.
Yeah.
They're more of a battle force than like a.
Special
Because they're not
task unit.
individually strong. So
yeah. Well, I do have a couple like 6th level commanders.
no, let them stay commanding.
Yeah.
Best. Artemis and
The blade should do.
Artemis and Liana, who of you have to stay behind to help, fortify the city? Up to you. The rest of the NPCs are up to your choice.
Yeah, Raphael will bring the blades.
Okay. The blade.
Oh, you're like that guy from The Witcher 3 that carries around his 2 witch hunter buddies everywhere.
Except I have like 12 of them.
Yeah.
The numbers are actually decently large at this point.
Freeze's force, the Raphael force.
The Raphael
one-
force.
Question is, are you on level what now?
15.
15, yes.
You and 1 creature per level. You can bring 5 extra creatures with you. Zoe
The
can.
5
Meaning,
best ones.
well, that the problem is, you guys are not included in this. Zoe's the only one included in the one. So
Oh, so we can bring one guy.
you can bring
it's
one
not-
additional person.
I also can shadow walk us.
It's
but
not.
It'll take
It's
longer.
not worth it to bring one person. I think.
All right. Well, thought it might be good to have someone. I mean,
I don't think we need anyone. The thing is,
We can bring Arian.
I can carry with shadow walk. I can do up to 1 touched creature per
well,
level.
that's slower.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's slower than this.
Let's just go then.
yeah. Let's just go. Blades, stay and guard William.
Okay.
That
We're
is
not
the-
expecting to.
That is currently
end
the
up in
prime
battle here.
directive. Keep him safe. If you don't
And help the dying people in the capital.
sure, but keep him safe the most. They're not a medic force. They're a fighting force. So
Okay, there are a few angels with stabilizing aura. Which
you know,
Let's stay
Raphael
around
will
for a little bit.
Raphael will look Crimson in the eye and say that you protect William, otherwise it's going to be your hide.
she already acknowledges this.
Good. Good.
She's worked with you long enough. Though admittedly, you did take 2 years of shore leave. Anyway.
Holiday to heaven.
I don't know where I went, honestly.
But yes, as you go ahead and fly there, in the distance you see upon a rocky cliffside overlooking the water. You haven't seen a single town or building for miles. A lone
Just-
keep upon a fort. Or a lone
Just the
fort.
thing. I assume that our arms are gone now that William's not concentrating anymore.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll just remove it then. All right.
Also by this teleportation, you're going out of range of William.
Yeah.
He can't sustain it over several thousand miles. Good try, though. Yes. As a little thing to see what the fort looks like, I put the picture right below the map, just touching it even.
Mhm.
Then it's completely alone upon the hillside.
Yeah, I bet it is. All right, so we're gonna climb along under here and come up from behind, right? Sounds like a plan.
We're gonna go. They're not. Their defenses are down now.
It's clear from a distance that they are clearly on high alert.
And we fly in, land on the roof of the central keep, and then get down that way. Why would we? I don't think we should fight like from like down up. We go up and then down. It's easier.
Bypass the walls entirely. Turn into clouds and then go down. Yeah.
The witch's accuracy of the map you've been given is actually pretty scarily high as well. As you get closer, you notice the map keeps changing as you get closer. Basically, down to now you have basically a map of the keep itself in your hand,
How wonderful.
and it shows exactly which room he's in, even down to.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Charge
So
in.
Let's go.
you will land on the roof very well.
Well, is there a hatch on the roof?
There is a hatch on the roof. The There is also, however, quickly a bunch of very anxious and very slightly wary guards on the roof.
Well,
Sure, right.
Raphael
They
will.
seem
Do
like
they-
confused or dazed or something like that.
No, but some of them do seem already intimidated just by you being here.
Raphael draws his sword, points them at them, basically says, "Well, you have about 5 seconds to get out of the way, or you will be destroyed. We are not here for you. We are here for your whatever you call him these days."
You know why we're here. Let's just go.
He walks
Ballard,
towards the hatch.
You know, as a handy dandy intelligent soldier, takes all of their alarm horns and stomps them on the ground.
They're on high
There will,
alert.
there will be no alarms.
They can't contact anyone, and you can't teleport out of this area. That's why we had to come close with the other spell.
I know.
So,
Raphael,
they can't send any
Have the entire
messages.
base on high alert.
Raphael
Well,
opens
on
the hatch
high alert.
and dives in.
Where you dive in, you do eventually run across a few elven fighters who are in your way.
Yeah.
Who unfortunately for them, they are such a low level that you can basically squish them.
Yeah.
I mean, like 4 level 10 dudes. We just killed the big red dragon. I think we can. Take it.
we basically move at maximum speed towards his room.
Oh.
Cutting down
Maximum speed, you say?
cutting down anything that comes in the way.
There are
Cheetah pounds.
I have that in my ring now.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
In your wake as you go maximum speed, there is a pile of crushed signal horns and then the occasional dead guard who did not stand down. Or knocked out, depending. Your choice. Weak enough where you could knock them out without much issue either.
We got the sweet mercy of a quick end.
Oh yeah, Zoe who has to go rather slowly in here.
Why?
A 20-foot move speed.
The armor is heavy.
Technically,
You have a spell for that.
Nice.
I do, but it only lasts.
Like a few minutes will be enough here. I don't think we're gonna linger around.
Oh, okay, then sure, she can use that.
very well. As you're moving along, can each of you make me a perception check?
I will.
I don't know if it's funny anymore.
Okay. Okay, 31's not bad. Did not expect
Oh,
Rahal to
look
get
at
33.
that!
33?
Look
Well.
at me looking.
Everyone but Zoe.
What?
Everyone but no, Zoe gets the very odd feeling that someone is watching them. This
That's nothing
entire
new.
time they're moving through the building.
All
I
right.
cast See Invisibility,
I already have that.
just in case. Oh, I think I do too, actually.
All the things that last.
yes, I
level
do.
Something is still active. From
With,
Dragonfire.
with your scene visibility, if you look around a little bit, you will notice very very briefly for a second, out just out the corner of your eye, almost like this small magical sphere that was almost like staring at you, then quickly ducks out your vision as you look at it.
Oh, there's an arcane eye following
Well,
us.
you know, good luck with that. We go find him.
I wave to it.
It's not hard. The density of guards increases, making it very obvious even without the map where he is. And you eventually stumble across which is probably the most lavish bedroom you've ever seen, even compared to some of the stuff in the palace.
Well, it's good to know where all of the Empire's money went, right? This ostentatious crap.
As you will see this figure
Oh, you.
standing, shaking slightly, holding a rapier.
Raphael steps forward towards him, looks at the rapier, just quirks an eyebrow and says, well, Ardavos Wildheart, we are placing you under arrest for your conspiracy against the Empire, etc. You can come quietly, or you cannot, and you will be hurt. But you will come with us.
I am the leader of the Elven Isles. You cannot hurt me.
Steps forward, hurts him.
He tries blocking you with the rapier.
Yeah, I go for a non-lethal
Disarm
attack.
him.
Oh, good.
You could try disarm.
Stab him, kill him. Like no.
There we go. Solved. You can resurrect him, right? It's just...
Catch your soul in the soul gem. That'll work just as well.
That's right. Cut his throat
Are
with
you
the mask.
carrying a soul gem?
Raphael
I'm carrying
will.
a mask, but
Raphael will attack him non-lethally. I can do that for you if you want.
Elven Bane weapon.
It's not ready yet, sadly.
It was still under production at the time.
Yeah.
It's a long process to make elf-bane weapons.
I mean, I think, as far as I understand, he's not a fighter, so we can probably. I mean, he probably.
Yeah, you said non-lethal.
Yeah.
Did you already apply the -4? I assume.
I did not, but that's
Does make a difference. That 36 to confirm. He's out.
Yep.
That 92 non-lethal is definitely enough to make him out.
basically Raphael steps forward and uses the pommel of his rapier to just punch him in the face and sends him sprawling.
As a look of absolute dread and fear goes over this normally very lavished and very sure of himself man, which to Zoe is the exact opposite of how he back to when she had meetings with this guy. He was cocky, full of himself, insulting everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I remember.
So he doesn't even have a one-liner when he gets knocked out.
Doesn't get time.
Snap her finger.
Not of a crit. He doesn't have time. He doesn't have time to say anything with a crit.
Like, he was just like, "Pray we do not alter the."
He was about to-
Damn it, Raphael!
he was about
He looked around, sorry, like shrugs.
judging by his eyes, he was about to say something to Zoe, but he doesn't have that chance now.
No. Like, parlay.
Pam!
Well, he can suck it, can he?
Raphael looks at him. He's a snake, and he's lucky we need him alive.
We need to leave this area. I will send word to the Volsenbracks to gather the airships here, and we will then leave for the capital, I believe.
Gathering
Yay!
We shall then also send our message to Lucilia so that she may know to surrender
That's probably
and try nothing.
If you're gathering up all your resources before this, it will take a few days to get everyone together.
I don't need all of them. I need the airships we had before.
I need Aryan.
We'll bundle him up, take any weapons or other magical things he might have on him, and just put,
On him, the only real magical equipment on him that's even remotely interesting is the rapier, which clearly isn't his.
Yeah.
Is it
clearly
Williams?
It's not of his design. It's not Williams.
Oh, okay. I was just about to lose my
And he
shit.
bended.
Well,
However, it's definitely also something not for a person of his training and caliber. It is a flat +3 rapier.
alright, Raphael looks at it, says it's a great sword, but surely wasted on someone of his talents.
He stole it?
No, he's a rich...
No, he probably had it made for him or given to him.
Yeah, it's a rich noble. He's like, hey, I want the best sword, yes.
I kind of just imagined that he had a guard, and the guard was like, I don't want to die here. That he just punched him in the face and took
So
his
all the
rapier,
guards here,
cast him out of the
I
window.
think we're making them surrender.
Yeah.
Like, go to the courtyard, sit with your hands above the head, no weapons, no armor, no shit.
Most of them will be compliant to that.
The ones who don't get blown up. I imagine the ones who do, they also probably have a prison here, right? No? Prison?
There is indeed a prison.
Good,
Are there-
wonderful.
are
Let's
there
manacle
people in
all
there?
these guys up.
The people in the prison?
Very well. It's important to remember, since there is no towns nearby, if there's no one left unchained here, there'll be no one to feed them.
That's why we're sending an airship. They're going to get here and they're not going to be, taken for treason. Basically. High treason, probably.
Are there
Mhm.
people
Usurpation of the throne.
Yeah,
Are there
it
people
could-
in their prison?
attempted coup d'etat. Like,
Doc?
Hmm?
Are there any people in their prison?
Are there any people in their prison? That is a good question. Let me have a look. Can any one of you can work out which one of you does it. Roll me a d12.
Jake, it's you.
Okay. Hey!
Well done, Jake. There
Well,
are 10 people in there.
Yeah.
there are not 10 people in there.
Oh, okay.
Though, there's about to be more than 10 in there. Very shortly, it sounds like, by what you're doing.
Oh, okay.
There is, however, there is a cell, which as you approach it, the cell has had a black drape put over it.
Huh?
The cell has been locked, and it looks like the lock has also been specifically just almost like warped to make sure whoever's inside can't break it in any way. There's also a faint, almost aura of magic around the cell, almost counteractive magic, abjurations.
Is it Riff?
Riff died.
No, but clearly,
Just because it said it said we died too.
well, yeah, but Rith is not magical, and also she died.
But let's see what it is then.
Okay.
Is
Pulling
it
back.
evil?
What's inside?
Yeah.
You're not sure until you pull back the curtain.
Okay,
All right, let me do it.
Let's
I'll
peek
do it.
behind the curtain. That's
As you-
All right, Laurel takes front and center.
Yep. I've
Very well.
stared into the front of many worse things, probably.
you pull back the curtain and look behind, and you see a woman deeply dressed in black, her hair unkept, her makeup absolutely ruined, and
That is
basically
silly. I'm gonna scream. Oh, good.
Who? Oh!
Yeah, hey!
completely helpless, chained up.
Our friendly necromancer lady.
My lady. Say, as he will take the jailer's keys and open the thing and free her.
As said, the lock is basically warped in such a way apparently it can't be opened at this point. The way it's been done.
I break it.
That is an option.
Like we don't really need to.
You can break the bars open. That's fine.
Yeah, I break it.
That's so not fair. Why would that?
Poor Lady Sylvina.
We'll keep that guy close. I think it's assumed that Raphael can't let that guy on his shoulder.
Yeah, no, I mean, probably Bollard has it on his shoulder. Honestly, Bollard's a stronger one carrying people around. Raphael would have a rope around. Let's drag him after him.
I will.
With his face at the ground.
I will give you as players the ability to move his token around. There you go.
But he is bound up. He is gagged. He has a sack over his head.
And a knife at his throat.
Yep.
Yeah.
If anyone tries any bullshit.
I mean, Zoe is pretty sure that
Bollard is a toasting fork
Zoe
instead
is
of
pretty
a
sure that
knife.
kind of wound,
Sting fork.
with the kind of wound given to him there, he's going to be out for at least an hour or two.
Oh, okay. Well, how is she? Can I check up on how she is?
You can try, certainly. You have heal.
I sure
Sure.
do.
She was so dangerous they chose to keep her here. It was the warded protection place that they had.
What's the problem?
So,
now?
Well,
so
she was a
she-
powerful
Thank you,
necromancer
sir.
on our side, wasn't she? So
so she is not in like any critical state, though she is definitely not in the best state. She has been not well cared for, not given a lot to eat.
You know what? I'm
And from what you
gonna.
can tell, she's been specifically also just been given a cocktail of you're not sure what to help dull down her magic, so she can't break out.
You know what? I'm gonna take out my mug with my name on
Mm-hmm.
and fill it with fresh water. I can create water and give it to her.
She will greatly appreciate this. Barely able to move, but she'll appreciate it.
You know, if she needs help, Zoe will help. She knows how to do this. That is
Yeah.
so mean.
I would help, but Zoe's probably better at it in pretty much every way.
You know,
Zoe-
it all.
Zoe's a better doctor.
Like pretty much her specialty.
Yeah.
Other notes as you look around and examine all the things. You do indeed, if you wish to give it back to her, you find Sylvina's spellbook.
Oh, she has it.
Yeah. Then that's
Won't even
it.
open it. It's probably warded.
I'll give it to
You
her.
do see in the same room the spellbook's in a large scorch mark right above the book.
it's probably also filled with love poems to Laurel.
Ooh.
Don't read those.
That is different.
Oh.
Other than that, searching around, it's quite clear in.
Laurel's got a crush.
You also notice, for example, in a makeshift alchemy room next to where his bedroom was, at least 50 potion vials completely emptied, and seemingly in a hurry.
What?
Is he trying to commit suicide?
What vials?
You're not. You can make an alchemy check to try and work out what was in them. Was.
Oh, I will, and I'll succeed. If it's possible at this point.
You'll probably succeed, yes. I'll start looking at the results now before you even try and roll. It's just like, might as well. Yep, that's a success. Ignore the fact that was a takedown, that's a success. Yeah, you look around, there is everything in here from, like, bull strength potions, cat's grace, false life. He basically, for any single buff you could think of that could be made into a potion, he got it.
Hmm.
Unfortunately,
Like,
He-
no matter what kind of things you put on you at some point. If it's a 3rd level spell below, it's not going to save you from us.
You know, he's not he's not a suitable fighter. No matter how much magic he drugged himself on, it was not enough.
So he just buffed himself?
Basically, he drank over 50 potions
His
trying to buff
guards
himself.
died so that he could buff himself.
Oh,
Then he got knocked out.
Very few died. There was only about there was less than a dozen who actually decided to fight you.
Imagine Raphael moving in like to stab him, and he's like, "No, please!" And then he just smacks him in the face.
you know,
Like the hills or
if
something.
Yep,
if
there's actually a few teeth fly out.
should I give her a hero's feast? She probably needs it.
You know, I think what she needs is a bit of fresh air and freedom.
That's
Whatever
it.
else she wants.
It's going to take you guys a few hours for the airships to get here, so
Yeah. Remove
Well-
her poison. If you have a heal, actually, that would take pretty much.
I do have a heal.
he will get rid of the majority of
So there's like
inflictions.
just whatever you have.
Yeah,
Dazed, staggered, poison, sickened, whatever it might be.
I'll give her a heal. You know,
I'll fix the majority of her afflictions.
that's my last spell, level 6. I can't give her a hero's feast now. And I couldn't that anyway, because we didn't rest yet.
Yeah, you've contacted the airships. They will arrive shortly. You also find out, by the way, by the time you finished here, there is all the dukes and duchesses, before you were even finished here, had already been given basically a bounty on each of your bounties.
What?
What?
Your bounty's basically being set before you've even finished here. Lucia is kept. Apparently, Lucia already knows about all of this. A message has already been sent out.
Oh, so she's basically saying.
He's removing it.
Well, you guys. Well, technically, a bounty has been put on all of you.
Yeah, she's increasing it.
Before they didn't even know you were alive. Now they know you're alive, and the bounty's just been put on you all at once.
So, how do we approach the capital? Do we fly over it and hover over
We
the
said
capital?
take the airships and we move there, and we're like, we send her a message first that says like, we have your brother. You will surrender yourself to us. Basically, we have discussed the terms. We will read them to her, and she will agree to them. If not, we will fucking murder him in the most brutal way we can think of. Internal explosions. Or something like that.
Eternal explosion.
I have drugs in these gloves, man.
Like Laurel's
We
Edward
just pop open
Scissorhand
the glove
thinks he's doing now.
compartment and pull out the Blightburn pills.
The scary thing is, if Malachi said he had that, I wouldn't question it until after session.
They burn all the way down.
Yeah.
Because he probably does at this point. He has a lot of stuff.
I could make it. If it can be made, I can make it. That's pretty much how it works at this point,
It's not even a matter of time, really, at this point.
No, not really.
It's just a case of cost.
Money is the
Like, he has an alchemical idea, and he's like, I've got this shit laying around.
Basically,
Let's just throw it together.
Basically, Laurel is now the Urian Rakarth, like the Dark Eldar super alchemist homunculus guy. That's how I imagine him now.
It's from Professor Snape, but okay.
I will need a longer cape, certainly.
Such can be purchased when you get back to the capital.
I kind of imagine that now that our bounties are up, people at home are like, yay, they're still alive!
Yeah, woo!
The thing is, the average person probably hasn't even realised you're alive yet. Only the nobles who have been sent message spells at full speed.
Oh, okay, I thought
Also,
they...
angels appear in their capitals proclaiming William's succession as the final thing they do before leaving. That always helps.
I mean, that
the
did
Red
happen.
Dragon has been slain by heroes.
They didn't show up in the capital because
Yeah.
they all had to teleport there for that.
Well,
Yeah.
However, certainly a few hours can pass. You can spend time to quickly.
Sack the place.
You can certainly sack the place. I assume you don't really care too much for, the non-masterwork weapons and armor of the fort.
No, not really. Actually, not even masterwork things. I think we need,
Only
Thing-
only magical stuff.
just give us a value. What can we scavenge? That's probably the best way.
Well,
to say it.
in a variety of fancy chalices, fancy embroidered swords, clothes, basically noble attire, gemstones, coins, things of that nature. You can get 60k worth of stuff in just, nobleman's equipment.
All right.
In addition to that, you find multiple scrolls of sending, one of which was clearly used right before you guys got here,
Help!
Help!
possibly in reaction to the wards going down so quickly.
Mhm.
You find a stone of alarm, if anyone's interested in such.
What is a stone of alarm?
How many scrolls was it?
There are 4 scrolls left.
A scroll. I thought you said stone.
There is a stone of alarm as well, yes.
So, oh,
It is a stone which basically has alarm spell attached to it.
so it's a doorbell.
Basically you set a command word, and when you say the command word, it locks itself to whatever object it's on, and then whenever someone goes near it or touches it, or the object, it basically makes an alarm.
It's cute.
Other than that, you also find a empty vial, which Laura was able to identify what was in it. This was a filter of love. Completely empty.
Did he feed that to his sister?
Or did
Oh
he feed
my
it to
God.
Was he
Selvina?
that much of a sick fuck?
Or did he feed it to Selvina?
Then why would she be in prison?
Sylvina informs you she has no feelings towards him, other than hatred. So
Okay. Well, he might have done it to his sister.
Other than
That is
hatred.
creepy.
if it's in case just in case you're wondering if it's actually possible, if you use a filter of love on someone who is not romantically possible, it does become an exceptionally strong plutonic relationship instead.
Yeah, so he did that. Now she loves him extremely much as a brother.
I love you so much, but as a brother.
Yeah.
Ah, those pictures just keep getting more and more scary.
Oh, the more arms, the better.
I know.
Oh god, too many arms. Too many arms.
Not possible.
But not possible to have too many arms.
Uh,
Not possible to have that many.
Other than that, there is
snacking on eyeballs.
there's also a single scroll of regenerate.
Isn't that what Laura's doing?
That is racist.
There's a scroll of regenerate at its lowest possible caster level, which is like an 8th level spell or something. So
I still have a scroll of greater teleport that I still haven't used.
Well, we could use it to. Well, actually, we want to go to the capital with our stuff ring.
Mm-hmm.
Make a bit of an intro.
there's a scroll of regenerate. There is also a scroll.
Of which?
No,
Miracle?
no.
Oh, darn.
There is a
Missile.
scroll. There is a scroll of magnetic field,
That sounds sick.
All right.
which was quite clearly it's not written as a wizard scroll, but it is written actually. Well, it was written as a wizard scroll, but more the intention is quite clear for Laura in spellcraft. This was made for an alchemist.
Oh, you
Oh.
know what? I heard Cloak of Magnetic Field, and that's why I was so
Scroll.
excited.
Magnetic
You wanted
field.
to be Magneto.
Yeah.
You control metal.
You know,
Oh.
I know that
Very
there
good.
Oh,
is.
well, actually, the spell is actually pretty cool, too.
I could get the spell. I just don't understand why I would want people that hurt me to get near me.
As if you're a tank, I think.
No, it doesn't pull people. Oh, it does. Okay.
It can pull people and weapons, depends if they're wearing metal or not.
It
like-
pulls just any unattended
Okay,
metal
bonus to
object.
shoot
If you're
you with
surrounded by gold
metal
coins, you can
arrows.
do a reverse Scrooge.
That's true. You run through money and just.
Anyway, a few
As soon as you
hours.
stop, you die.
It'll be a few hours before everything can be sorted. People arriving, in which time you can rest, and if you would expend it,
Imperial
you can,
banner on the Ford.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get our spells then?
you can certainly you have a few hours where you can sleep and get your stuff.
Hey, 2 hours. So
Yay!
You need 2 hours. It's gonna take like three at least for the airship to get here at full maximum velocity.
Sure.
Has it been a week since I used commune?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
awesome. I'll certainly take a rest. I need that.
And luckily, there is a full-fledged alchemy set station here.
Wonderful.
How handy!
It looks like someone in this fort at some point was an alchemist.
How much money was there in just base money, like loot,
In stuff that,
like
what-
chalices and stuff?
what did you say? Not in chalices and stuff.
No, just like random crap.
I think it was 60k in nobleman's stuff I gave you.
All right, I'll take it.
With random nobleman's gear, random nobleman's like clothes and swords and garbs and chalices and whatever else you can get hold of.
Yay!
Banners.
I've used
A
5.
self-portrait of him.
I have used 5 heal.
You also discover his one redeeming quality. His self-portrait, actually pretty good quality.
That's not his quality,
That is
though.
the one redeeming quality about him, and he didn't even paint it.
He's an oak. It's a self-portrait, it seems to be. At
The
least by
best thing
sight.
about him is the picture I saw of him is really nice.
Yes.
No, I do have a makeup kit. We can make a mustache on him.
No,
Oh, God.
don't-
Nice.
You could.
Then she'll make a mustache in the city with a scar of pain or something like that.
Really?
But he fed her a potion, a filter of love, huh?
That is so effed up. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Am I allowed to say that word?
You're allowed to say
Sure.
that word, yes.
Yeah.
We have,
And
we have
I'm
said
not-
worse on this channel before.
Oh, we have said so much worse.
That is so fucked up.
Mhm.
There is also, to anyone who's good at cryptography and linguistics to decode stuff, there is also seemingly a coded journal.
I
An
have
encoded
linguistics.
journal,
I think Laurel's better, but I can help
Well,
him.
does
Dear
comprehend
diary,
languages let you
today I
re-encode it?
toppled an empire.
You wanna do that,
Comprehend
Michael?
language doesn't let you decode a coded book.
What do
Oh,
you want me
okay.
to do?
Find out the code in his diary.
With
Together?
linguistics? I can
Yes,
try.
it'd be a linguistics check to decode it.
I will assist.
Dear
A
diary,
42.
today they all died in the Underdark and I took over. Oh,
A 42 would be enough to decode it. Is there anything in particular? It's a long diary, but is there anything in particular you want to look for in there about him?
The filter of love.
Yeah.
There are
the
multiple
fetish
references to such an item in there,
Oh, he just made multiples, huh?
seemingly on a bi-monthly basis. Remember.
What? He's been using them multiple times?
what?
Well, I think doesn't it have a
On who?
duration?
No, it's permanent until the
It's
spell is
stacking
dispelled
them
or
up.
broken.
Then does it say he used it on his sister?
It doesn't specify who he's used them on. Just
Diluted into the water or something?
just
Maybe.
all it's specified as is ensuring that her will not be broken.
It
Oh,
is his sister.
because she might be fighting
This dude's
against
a
it.
sick fuck.
Mhm.
Man. See? You say this guy's not a bad guy?
He's,
We'll have to
he's the
banish him.
worst. Banishing is too nice.
No, we banish him, and when she feels better, apparently she's fighting against it, she'll probably deal with him. When she feels
Oh
better,
dear,
don't you
I
think?
want to see that.
Well, actually, we'll scythe her soul, but you know,
There,
she would
there,
have had it if we didn't kill her.
That's
there are
true.
also a lot of
Sorry, I
also-
forgot what she did.
there are also a lot of comments in there of a lot of hatred towards, it seems, all of you.
What have we
Good.
done?
Fuck him.
We tried to be so
did.
nice to this guy and be reasonable.
You
Yeah,
know,
I have a really tough time letting him go, guys.
Such
you know
as
what?
that,
All the times he's been mean to Zoe, she has just smiled and nodded and said, "I understand that you are angry at me."
Like, how did he give her the filter of love? Did he tell her what it was? Did he just
He
force feed
probably
her?
just like put it in her food.
it seems the first time it's mentioned using was mentioned in adding it to the wine.
That is so sick.
Oh yes, let's have a great banquet, and then
Once again, this pretty much mentions no names except for particular people he seems to hate, such as all of you.
Is there like a unique ingredient in that shit we can make illegal?
Filters of love? Not really. You can synthesize almost anything.
It's
We just
too easy
need
to make them. I could make them in a hand wave.
We just need to banish them forever. They are the most evil
How?
item.
Yes, they are. They're
It's
terrible.
Imperial law saying if you're
Pro- the-
caught like anywhere near one of those things, you're going to prison.
I mean, most people dislike that level of enchantment magic anyway. Most places do so.
I mean, yeah, we don't want people to dominate people either. That's also bad. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't charm. Generally, don't.
The mind control act.
You know what?
Freedom of mind.
Yeah,
You know,
Freedom of
that
mind
is-
act. That's right. That's right. There needs to be freedom in there.
That's
in
the,
all
the
the
sole
acts.
reason I only have
The
forbid
Patriot
action.
Act. Wait a minute.
I never used anything but forbid action. That is the sole reason.
Don't call it like the Governmental Mind Control Act. Like
The
Oh,
Freedom
we-
of Thought Act.
We can call it Obamacare.
I like
thanks, Zoe.
I like the Patriot Act.
Patriot Act.
Most of the hate around you guys seems to be mostly about the fact that
He's jealous.
no, it's seemingly that whenever that for some reason even with all he did that his sister seems to continue to disobey orders while you guys were in power.
Oh.
for a long time, which was strange.
He's been loving him even then, huh?
You were thorns in his side even then. And then
guy's
there's
the
a lovely
worst.
section about him seemingly quite happy, where you just seem to disappear.
But
So
we've
I
been
really
so
don't want to
nice.
let him go.
now we don't want to let him go at
I'm
all.
feeling such
No.
injustice.
No, what we are gonna do is actually when Lucilla shows up, it's like, yes, take me and save my brother. We'll be like, yes, of course, and then we'll take her in and like put her in a jail cell for a year until all of that filter stuff is out of her system, maybe, and then we kill him.
I mean,
Where can we hold her?
with a powerful enough remove curse, you can hopefully break such a spell.
We have anti-magic
curse, I
cells in the
guess.
capital.
I do have remove curse.
All right, we hold her, remove curse.
You could talk to the Prince Bishop, right?
Yeah, or the angel.
Tell the angel to tell the Prince Bishop to cast a miracle to remove any love effects, magical love enchantments on her.
I don't know if he can even. I can try.
Because if that shit could be removed, we might not have to kill her.
That would be nice.
And this guy could get what he deserves. We let her pay pitch for punishment.
Yeah, he is the real culprit here, because if he
Scott
mind controlled her like that, then she
Sure.
is not really like responsible for her actions. Like she had no control.
She did it for love.
For the unreasonable mad love that her brother has instilled in her.
So
for
we will
himself.
use sending and tell the angel what has been going on, that she has been forced love potion all this time, and she, with respect, ask if he can use miracle on her to remove the effect.
That
Please.
might be difficult, he informs you,
I know.
as it's difficult to get close to her right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
so if we
she's
get
gonna
her
be-
out of the city. He could do it.
Yeah, he should come to the airship. And we'll
The edge of it, at least. The edge of the city. She will have to leave to talk to us.
Yep.
And
That is true. Can he do it then if we get her in a position where
Basically, if he can get within like close spell range to her, he could do it.
so we will rely on that information?
then we're gonna come to basically tell him the plan, and say you probably know how to best
Dark.
get into that position.
Mm-hmm.
So
When Zoe sees Prince Bishop, can she do the "Hey, PB"?
If you wanted to.
Celestials, ho,
Heyo! High five, bro.
colleague.
No,
Butt kicking for goodness.
you know, I actually think he would appreciate it somewhat.
Go
You know
for
what,
the
he's pretty
ice,
down-
PB.
He's
Go
pretty down
for
to
the
hang. He went
ice.
fishing with Bod and me.
Yeah, he is really cool, and
He's
he's
like, oh man, Rith and Zoe just make me make like snowballs so they
Yeah.
can fight.
what? I
Like,
didn't do
Yeah.
that.
like a room full of
He
snow,
was-
they could do
he was
snowball
actively
fights and build
trying
snowmen
to-
in my office.
Yeah.
Laura's
yeah.
like, I'm so sorry.
He actively tried to run away from Rith and Zoe at times.
You know,
It was
Zoe-
mainly Riff.
I want to talk to Zoe, but she always tracks with me, and I just don't like talking to her.
It was because Rip
Yeah.
kept saying, "Can you take me to the Prince Bishop?" And so I was like, I don't think it's a good idea. And then she kept going, "Please," and so I was like, "Okay."
Then he was busy when you came to talk.
Yeah. Like no,
Yeah,
no, no.
We had a thing. I was like, no, I gotta go fishing with Bod and Laura. All right, teleport.
And I think Rip was like, "Can't we just go up there anyway?" I was like,
He
"No."
real spooked us, but suddenly, vroom.
He just
Hello.
showed up.
Oh.
I need to come with you to do whatever
Something
you're
big
doing.
Thump into the water. We're looking like you did see nothing. He's like, then you didn't see me here either. Deal.
Mhm.
Let me show you how to sail in space.
Yeah, I got that.
That was a story. So,
That's
Yeah.
cute.
well, regardless,
Regardless,
let's board the
Irregardless.
airships.
he is a cool dude.
We
The
will
fleet
use.
is
I think
moving.
we'll use Ascension for our flagship.
Okay.
We can have. Let's have Sylvina take over the command of Last Whisper for a time.
What is that?
If she's
supposed-
able, is she able?
What is
She
that
is able
supposed
to.
to?
Right.
So
What
she
it-
hasn't been able to prepare her spells again yet because
That-
her ring of sustenance been removed. That, for your knowledge, which I suppose there was a very strange paragraph in his diary, for your knowledge, which was it was all by itself in the
Yeah.
diary.
He wants to date the mother.
Hello, Mom.
Yeah. Will you go out with me? I've already made sister love me, so why not?
Oh, sister. I thought you said scissor.
Ugh.
Don't, you must not run with
Yes,
scissors.
while Sylvina has not yet not been able to prepare her spells because she doesn't bring sustenance. She's not on while in prison, but she can take control.
Yeah, Last Whisper was built for her speculated. The cabin has like black velvet as the couches and stuff. Yeah.
Laurel has a crush.
Hey, she paid for half. It's only fair.
Laurel has a crush.
But you're
Raphael
going
will
to
just smile at Laurel
You're going
during
to
all of
Read
this.
your mind.
You're going to fly to the capital.
We're gonna sell a sail. Well, theoretically there.
Very well.
Yes.
You will fly across the ocean and begin approaching.
Full speed ahead. Should we send her a message ahead? I think we should.
I don't think we can.
Why not? We can
Because-
send her one. She might be like able to receive them.
You think?
Yeah. Well, basically, Laura will try to sending her, saying that we have your brother. We know what he did to you, and we are here to negotiate for his release with you. He need not come to harm. Act against us, and he will. Well, let's hope that we go over the sea unmolested.
Did
Well, as you
say
go
that
over the
too?
sea, you are not attacked by anything flying, that's for sure.
Yay.
Or walking, I imagine.
Or walking. You do believe at some point you were being chased by warships, but they're kind of unable to do much.
I see.
Oh, we should probably just quickly contact the Flame Fist and telling him what we're up to.
Oh yeah, sure.
Call up the Flame Fist. He says to.
And we needed like a
Whatever.
calm room,
Yeah, we do.
like where we can go
Yeah,
in.
like
There
I-
is one. There is one in the palace.
And like holograms.
Yeah,
of the person.
there used to be one in the palace where there was basically a whole room of crystal balls designed for each person, each specific
We need one of those in the Wolfenbach airship.
Yeah.
We
Well,
got
in an
it.
airship. Well, we need to make a mega airship then.
Well,
That's like the sky carrier.
If we can get a scrying on him, so we know where he is. We could teleport in and be like, "Hello."
I don't have scrying prepared.
I do.
Oh, there we go.
Could Zoe scry on the Flame Fist?
Sure. I can
Sure.
try.
She will discover the Flame Fist is, that warship has been following you for the last 2 hours.
Oh,
Raphael looks down at the
Oh.
warship and says to
Not
Laurel,
for yes.
"Well, I guess I should fly down." And
so
he
points at the.
Raphael
He's
jumps
right
off the airship, dives down towards the warship.
I assume with flight or fail or something similar running.
I do have flights, yes,
Just
but
don't
for, but
you're
for
just diving
effect,
off.
but for effect, I just dive off.
Just activate it last minute.
Yep. As he evens out and touches gently down on the deck.
And immediately, you see guards basically from all sides basically pointing halberds at you. And then suddenly just a break in them. And you see, well, as I fetch a token, the Flame Fist.
Can you do
I
it
see
yourself?
part the crowd of soldiers and put them all at ease. And you're diving on their ship from an airship.
Yeah, Raphael, holds up his hands, looks at the helmers and say, people, there is no need for violence, and to be fair, it would be very embarrassing for you if you tried."
He's
He
right.
looks-
None of you could take him on, not even all at once.
Raphael smiles, looks over to the Flame Fist and makes a slight bow. "General, it is a pleasure to see you again."
It's certainly been a while, hasn't it?
Indeed so. I come before you so hastily because, well, things have been set in motion, and I am here to approach you to say that, well, we are basically taking the Empire back from the usurpers.
I've noticed. Most notably, I received a interesting message moments ago. You know what? You can even look at the message if you would like to. Hand you a piece of paper.
Sure, Raphael looks at the paper.
It's in exceptionally fancy handwriting.
Mhm.
By orders of Empress Miranda the Auckland III, hold off all attempts to track the following people, and it has basically a list of all of you guys, plus like William and etc. etc.
Mm-hmm.
Until future notice and diplomacy has begun, do not engage.
Raphael looks at the notes, nods,
They're spooked.
and says, "Well, that's. You do realize that this," he holds up the paper, "this whole government is just a sham, right? And that she's a puppet."
Yes, but it's very rare that let's say it's very rare for Miranda to actually want to put the seal on anything. Considering she has, whatever you've done is certainly gotten, not just to Miranda, but, well, Lucilla.
Well, we did kill the Great Red Dragon, so I can add that title as well. He smiles.
I also heard about that.
The banner of William is flying, General. We are
Were you responsible for the small army of angels that showed up?
Indeed, we were. Heaven, it
That's-
seems, have chosen to back us.
And for that you have my thanks. You saved the lives of many loyal soldiers who were in the city.
Slight nod. We did try our best. He makes a motion. Now, General, we are approaching the capital, and we are going to negotiate with Lucilla to put an end to all of this nonsense that has been going on over the last 2 years. It would be nice that when the new government rolls around, that we will have you to back us up.
Of course, First Sword.
Smiles.
Bum, 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 bum.
Also, I assume you would like to get after Archduchess Alana, Alantor's famously powerful, well, once famously powerful Archduchess.
That would be lovely if you could direct us to where she is hiding. That would be helpful.
Well,
Probably just comes up from under decks.
I have received a minor bit of information in a more private message than what I handed you there, that she is currently taking refuge in the capital.
Of course she is.
Under the, well, she said protection, but it almost a bit of I heard sarcasm in her voice when she said it.
Yeah, Raphael says, as I said, General, the banner of the Emperor has been raised, and William is taking back the throne. He is the true heir, and we are backing him.
Well, I do have one luxury for you, which is even if she refuses to open the barrier to you and come out, I have a way in.
He smiles. Excellent. Well, do feel free to follow us then, in as much as you are able. The more power we can bring to bear against the capital, the less lives will actually be lost. If Lucilla sees that the army has also turned against her, she will have, well, very few options. Unless she somehow can rally all of her loyal archdukes and duchesses to her, and that seems unlikely to me.
While many of them are exceptionally loyal to her, there is one minor problem with her trying to do that. The army's always been built on single linchpins. Without me, she's not going to rally the troops quick enough.
He nods. Very good.
It would take her a few weeks at this point to rally them.
He nods. Good. Then we know. How well does she communicate herself in and out of that shield of hers?
Well, not particularly well, actually.
Can she use magic, or is she forced to use, runners?
I received this message. He holds up the piece of paper by a I think is one of many familiars of hers.
Ah.
That actually flew to the deck of the ship.
He nods. Well, that makes sense, I suppose.
She has isolated herself with I guess appropriate double-edged sword here.
Well, it is good to meet you again, General. He holds out a hand to shake.
He'll reach out a gauntlet.
We should schedule some more practice sessions. See if you improved any. He winks.
He smirks a little bit. I've certainly had more time on a boat now, so you can't beat me in that environment as much now.
Ha ha! Well, you have not seen You have not seen Raphael fight on the boat. He was basically made for it.
Are you so sure about that?
Very. He smiles.
Well, if you want a selection, he gestures a hand to the small fleet following him.
Impressive, impressive.
We have a battleground.
He looks around. Well, it is something to do after everything is taken back, I do believe. Business before pleasure, after all.
Mm-hmm. For William.
He nods, indeed. For the Empire. He looks at him, nods again, smiles at the soldiers with the halberds, and then he takes a hop off the ship and flies up again towards the airship.
After this more casual conversation occurred, the soldiers were basically looking very dazed. Like they're not entirely sure what's going on.
Senpai. Like that dazed. You're muted, Manikai.
They can look up and see the 5 airships of the Volsenparks gleaming with mithril. And shine
There were major bromance going on there.
cut through the clouds.
Well,
At least that-
I'm cordial with people I like.
I don't mind bromance.
It's not like I've bought like an airship for him.
You did?
No, it's not like I did.
Oh, you could have bought me. But you're hinting at Manikai buying half a. Oh.
That's how I think Mello said. That's a marriage contract right there.
I mean, I bought her vote as well.
What? It's going to be a beautiful wedding with
That
mutant
is
Laurel
true.
and necromantic Sylvina.
That is true. And that's,
You're setting up a Raphael slash Rackham love scene. That's going to be something.
it's gonna be like those anime
Oh God!
sports team romance where they, fight together and they're all sweaty.
Oh yeah, that's
So-
definitely what's going on.
Someone in the comment is gonna say what I think, but I'm just gonna shut
So
up.
what are you
Let's
what,
move
what,
on.
you what are you guys gonna do about what are you guys gonna do like about last name? You gonna like adopt all of yours or
I don't even know what you was thinking about.
What are we gonna do about what?
it's a joke, don't worry. Okay,
Raphael
so-
flies up, lands, and says, "Well, the good flame fist is with us."
Good, good.
I see you guys have been having fun renaming his label, by the way.
I also send a message to Salvinia, or to Archduchess Leona, as it is, the Archduchess of Salvinia. That the eternal what happens now, she can certainly do a little bit of show of force, maybe raise the imperial banners, so to speak. It should not come to fighting, but the more show of force we have, the better.
Yes, agreed.
You send the message spell.
If she hasn't heard about the angels already, I mean,
You'll send the message spell. There will be probably about a 10-minute gap, and then you'll just get one word back. Done.
Oh,
you know,
sweet.
she's an angel. That Leona.
Is she an angel?
Well, I mean, I guess
Not lit-
I guess you have to ask, right? But not literally, no. She's figuratively an angel.
Okay, I see. Because I'm surrounded by so
remember-
many angels. These
Yes,
days,
yeah,
so
I
it's-
should have been more clear.
Yes, yes.
I'm not sure which one
I'm
of
not
them.
used to this problem yet.
Which one of them is she? Is she the other woman you talked a lot to?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Archduchess Leona.
He's, Laurel has as big of a harem as Raphael at this point.
I don't know. It's pretty difficult.
I think
I'm going
he
to
has
rem-
two.
I'm going to remind you to the Raphael and Riff speed dating,
That's right.
which Riff runs strangely enough. She won it.
Wow.
God,
Ugh.
I don't want to know. Let's
Anyway,
move on.
You know what?
No, I don't know, and I
all
don't
right,
care.
all right.
I don't.
She used love potion.
I
don't
could,
wanna-
I could.
I
Yes, that's probably how she won.
No.
This
Riff was not willing to
sneaky,
spend. Riff was not
Filter
willing to spend.
sewage.
Riff was not willing to spend 3,000 gold per person.
sneaky witch.
I wish everyone in the world would love me. Done.
Anyway, that's why I have a miracle. Yes, you are.
It would take a miracle for anyone to love her. Ha ha!
Oh!
She's dead, Raphael. Jeez.
Oh,
Soon, man.
Yes, as you approach the capital,
too soon.
on the distant horizon, from quite a distance away, all of you can see it. The shimmering barrier of the capital. As you approach towards the city itself, seemingly just almost like very peaceful in comparison to the outside world. as you approach. You do see some of you with keen eyes, especially will also notice there are a lot of like scouts from like the hills watching the airships, though none of them seem to be doing it, just watching as you come in.
Let all the Relarians show their true faith, true colors.
Shall we start blasting like the Imperial National Anthem or something from the airship?
Well, all airships have a bard captain, so matter of fact, we do have a lot of music about.
That is pretty sweet. That's Iralda, right?
We have 5. Well, Irolda is the leader, yes, but she's probably currently steering Deliverance. We also have Maelstrom, Ascended, Last Whisper, and Cloud Song.
Cloud Song is
All
pretty
of them
good.
having an extra.
I wonder what Raphael would.
We have a Google Doc file with like our finances and stuff on it, and off to
It's
the
the
side
name
I have
guide.
just written a ton of airship names.
How much is an airship?
It's pretty much, but if you take the deal we're doing here, we will make it and animate it for you, and you will get it at half price because we want more people to have airships.
All right, what's half
We
price
will,
for an
we will
airship?
animate it basically so that it and tell it to obey you as its captain, and then you can tell it where you want to go, and you don't have to steer it. If you want people to steer it, we will even help you or invest in people, a crew for it, which is a bard commander, an alchemist engineer, 4 siege mages for the guns, and then a 25, I think, specialist archers.
So what would this run me?
I will give you the numbers later.
Sure.
You need to go to the finals.
It's not as much as you think.
You know, this sounds like a good deal. Raphael has the money to
Dude,
spend.
that is like the Bolzenbrecht catchphrase. It's not as much as you think.
Pretty much all of it is half price. Just PC.
Has half price off. Friend prices. Friend prices.
Did you, Jake, who made the gave the names to all the ships?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
I'm thinking of what I'm gonna name my ship now.
Iralda.
Well, I have a list
That
if you
is
want
actually
ideas.
you do get to do naming rights. That's why we have Last Whisper and Ascended.
It would be fitting.
Actually, Laura also sent a message to Lesrana Malin saying that, hey, you hear about us being alive? That's true. You know, be ready to show how much of a noble you are to these traitors.
You'll get back a very fancy message, basically confirming her loyalty, and of course also confirming back that it would be her pleasure.
Good. I bet there's a few of these people on the list of traitors that she doesn't like. So,
And who also hate her.
well, you know, they can suck it now because now we have revocation rights of any title we like to take from them. Should shake up the nobility rail, re-give all the titles to people we like. Those people from Northside are going to get loaded. Wait till you know Archduchess of Alentor.
You know, Northside are having a population crisis, right? They're going to go through the floor.
Yeah, going to export them all to nobility.
That's one way to get rid of your overpopulation problems.
The guillotine.
So, yes, as you approach, Laurel oddly sees basically there is a as you approach, there is this very strange shimmer over the barrier. Then right near Bolzenbrecht Tower, there is basically a hole that opens above it.
All right. Quickly tell Prince Bishop it's going to be above the tower.
I guess I'll use sending again then. And so I will tell.
Sending will go through perfectly clear now. Who do you want to
Yay!
do sending to?
Oh, well, let's try the Archmage as well.
Do you want me to use sending again?
I can do it.
Okay.
Elrond, are you all right?
I'm okay at the moment.
Better
You
get
suck.
those bromance labels out again, by the way.
Be ready, we're coming in.
I'm already aware of this. Lucilla, for example, I know is currently operating the force field to open it up for you.
Good.
She apparently
how
is.
is she?
How is she?
Yeah.
It's difficult to. I'm having trouble gauging her at the moment.
Are you around her?
She is in another room with her spell focusers.
All right, I want you to trust me here. Could you wish, with powerful magic, that any effect of charm potions or the like would be removed from her. We are under strong assumption that she has been fed filters of love from her brother, which is why she's doing this.
I can certainly try such as you are making your way here.
Thank you. That might really help our negotiations a lot.
But he'll inform you that apparently she's expecting a meeting with you in the palace.
In the fucking palace? Why would we go there? Is it a trap?
He doesn't see any kind of trap that's been prepared.
Well, he's all-seeing after all.
Yeah, there is no invisible or otherwise obvious traps around, or else he would have seen it already. As you enter through the barrier, you basically hear like signal horns being blown from down below. As you come in, and then as the signal horns are going off, and you think like guards are about to gather, you suddenly just hear you almost just hear this echo of just a voice being magically amplified. First, Miranda Arkland. This is Empress Miranda Arkland. The next voice is speaking with my authority. As you suddenly hear Lucilla's voice appear over the line. All guards in the city stand down. You cannot fight the force entering. Do not even try and end your life as a martyr. It is not worth it. I grant, we shall end this the only fair way possible. They shall come. They may come to the palace, and we may negotiate peacefully. No lives need to be wasted on this.
We did bring that thing that we can swear upon, right?
You didn't specify as such.
If William is here, we could get it. But I don't know if we...
William is not with you. You specified him to stay behind.
Well, could I just like send a message to him, being like, "We need that thing here." So
You could, I suppose, you could spend.
could you
like
send one of the people to teleport to the airship and bring it?
I suppose you could like send a message to like Liana, who has teleport.
We need that thing now. This is the time for that.
She'll ask if you want William brought along as well.
I think so, yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Then she'll inform you she will arrive momentarily.
Bring him to the Volsenbreck sky ship.
Very well.